Alright, guys, I got something for you. A couple days ago, a large group of armed men showed up to do security for the militia. Now, I don't know if these are oath keepers. I don't know if these are more provocateurs, but either the cavalry has finally arrived or groups of patriots are starting to show up and do security around the compound like they have never done before in this situation. Who's to say what is what? Because I'm not there. I want to be, but I only have about $500 in my account, and that is barely going to get me a plane ticket to Oregon, though less probably to get to the site, which I could probably hitch a ride with somebody and come back. But you guys get the idea. Sooner or later, I will make it to one of these events, I promise. I absolutely promise. And when I am finally there, I'll be able to tell my story, and you guys will see as to why I really have had so much problems with this and every other thing that I still can't speak about right now. So, what I want to talk to you about is the fact that these guys showed up, I believe it was Saturday, and I remember thinking, it's kind of funny that you don't see a lot of armed guys or gals like you did at the Bundy standoff, like you did at Sugar Pine. And even the photos don't show a lot. So, Blaine Cooper and the rest haven't really said that the cavalry has arrived or that the reinforcements for the cavalry have arrived, but every single picture I can find of Ammon Bundy, none of him and his militia seem to be armed to the teeth like they were during Bundy Ranch and or Sugar Pine. So I'm not saying that takes or gives from the cause. I'm not saying that at all. Their guns are probably near them, and they probably have all their stuff the way they need to, etc, etc, etc. So, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm actually saying, folks, is that a large group of armed men, probably women with them, showed up to the Wildlife Refuge occupation in eastern Oregon on Saturday, furthermore escalating tensions and causing internal conflicts and protests. Just a number of regular occupiers at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge were finishing up in the morning press conference, and a fleet of more than a dozen vehicles showed up to the site. Men armed with rifles got out in the trucks and began stationing themselves along the road. Men said they were with a group called the Patriot Network and were a neutral party. There to provide security and protection for everyone at the refuge. Lavoy Finicum, a regular spokesman for the armed militia, which has occupied federal land since last Saturday, told the men they were not welcome or needed, and that the militia were trying to minimize conflicts, not bring more guns to the compound. Ammon Bundy, the leader of the militia, had no idea a new group of armed men would be coming, according to Todd McFarlane, who said he was acting as a liaison between the militia and the public. Ammon felt blindsided, McFarlane said. This was not a welcome development. We are trying to de-escalate here. Then these guys show up. Many of the men with so-called Patriot Network declined to speak to reporters, saying they had orders to abide by a media blackout. Some were carrying semi-automatic rifles. Joe O'Shaughnessy, with a group calling themselves the North American Coalition of Constitutional Militias, said his organization and the Patriot Network excuse me, were trying to provide a buffer zone between government officials and the occupation, meaning they could help diffuse any conflict that might arise. And basically everybody's going back and forth saying these guys are basically there to cause trouble. I don't know, folks. Sounds like somebody rallied the good old boys. Let me show you. Come on, here we go. So here's one of them there. And this is the photo I got there. Good old boys are there. You notice something, folks? Out of all these guys you're seeing, you're not seeing them strapped with like backpacks full of magazines like you would think they would be. I mean, I don't know if it's just, my inconsistency with the subject matter or what, but if I was going there knowing that bullets might go down range, I would take at least probably 25 magazines, if not 100. Now, maybe they have a majority of them in their vehicles. I do not know. But this is an interesting development.